Mike. I work at House of Harley-Davidson, and I've been here probably 15 years now.
I heard that once you put on 60,000 miles in 1 year. How did you do that?
That's a good question. I worked 2 jobs. Back in the early days, we had a high mileage contest here at the House of Harley-Davidson back in like 85. A friend of mine, my writing partner, was killed like in 1990, and I wanted to get we put him onto a high mileage plaque. We made a plaque, and I made the plaque, and I wanted my name on the plaque. So working 2 jobs, I rode down to Florida in 1991 for the 50th anniversary Daytona Bike Week. And I had 5,000 miles on my motorcycle before March already. So I just kept continuing. In the meantime, I joined the ABCs of touring that Hog has out. And I ended up with 57,000 miles on our Hog chapter mileage contest. 60,000 miles for the calendar year, and finished 2nd place in the world on the Hog ABCs of touring.
What motivates you to keep working on motorcycles?
Well, I think the biggest thing is doing the job right, trying to do the job right. We get a lot of bikes in here that are just a mess from other people's working on them. I usually get the older bikes, and I try to correct them. It's important that they leave here correct.
Explain your first motorcycle ride.
I think I was probably 8 or 9 or 10 years old, somewhere in there, and my neighbor had an old BSA. And I kept pestering to give me a ride, so he finally gave me a ride around the block. And I hung on for dear life, but that was probably my first ride. My father had Indians in the early years, but I don't think I rode on those.
Where did you get your training?
Well, concerning that Indian thing, there's pictures of me when I was 2 years old with nuts and bolts and wrenches from those early Indians, so I was always interested in 2-wheelers. It's a very long story, but to make it short, I was in a motorcycle accident. I fixed my bike, or had my bike fixed at another dealership in Milwaukee area right here. Took it out to Sturgis, and I found out my motorcycle was all messed up, so I corrected it. And I was asked to join the staff here at that point. And remember, I'm Mike. Come to the House of Harley-Davidson.